Well, I was right again, and it's that time of the year. Jackie Prine, if you're in the comments down below, please don't like finish the jingle. Transformers: Rise of the Beast is the official name for the next live-action Transformers movie that's coming next year. So I guess Beast Alliance wasn't too far off. I want to give a thanks to the people in my Discord server for letting me know that this was a thing. I was working on the Ironhide redesign when this dropped, so I would have missed it had they not like spammed me, so thanks a lot. Okay, I already recorded this twice. I'm doing it now because the Transformers 2005 website has basically summarized the key points here a whole lot better than I did in like a half an hour. That was just me basically fanboying over the new info. We have some very exciting stuff. The official title is Transformers: Rise of the Beast, and it's the 7th live-action movie by Hasbro, E1, and Paramount Pictures. The release date will be June 24, 2022, 4 days before my birthday next year, so that's pretty cool. The events of this movie will take place in the year 1994. Location, Peru. On location, shooting will take place in Machu Picchu and Canada. I made a video theorizing why they're filming in that place specifically and how it connects to Beast Wars. If you haven't checked that video out, and I know a lot of you guys haven't, I mean, look at those views. Go and do it right now. It's gonna fill you in on everything. Canada will stand in for Brooklyn. From here on is spoilers for the movie. If you don't wanna be spoiled, leave right now. And in case you're wondering if this is reliable, it is. Recently there was a preview / press event with the director of the Transformers movie. I think his name is Steven Caple Jr. and Lorenzo Di Buenaventura, the guy who needs no introductions. And yeah, from here on out we're gonna begin. Now here's a description of like the event, what happened there, the descriptions of the people who were there and what they saw. So the event starts. There's a legacy video showing key moments from the brand. So I'm guessing the movies, some shows, and a bunch of stuff like that. Anthony Bresnikan, Vanity Fair moderator. Lorenzo Di Buenaventura, talking about the film's history in general. Steven Caple Jr. was hitting high school when Beast Wars came out. Yeah, if you go to tfformers.com, they also made like a rough cover of this event. And Steven Caple Jr. kept on talking about how he was a huge fan of Beast Wars in G1. So if you guys were worried that this guy didn't know anything about Transformers, don't worry, we're in safe hands with him. He's basically Travis Knight 2.0. Maximals, Predacons, Terrorcons, Autobots, Decepticons, faction symbols seen in virtual waiting areas, spray paint style on the outside of buildings. So yeah, Maximals, Predacons, and Terrorcons are confirmed to be in this movie. Maximals and Predacons of course need no introduction. The Kingdom line should give you a good idea of these characters even if you never watched Beast Wars. The Terrorcons are a new addition to the live action movies, and honestly they're a group that doesn't get used in Transformers very often. The Terrorcons in G1 were a combiner team and they transformed into Abominus. So I'm not sure if we're gonna see Combiner Abominus in here. We'll have to wait and see, but it's very interesting. In Transformers: Rise of the Beast Tower reveal, lots of new stuff, action, characters, tribes. Now they kept talking about quote-unquote tribes. I'm guessing this is referring to Maximals, Predacons, and Terrorcons, because in the TF Former website where they went more in depth with some things, they did mention that Predacons and Terrorcons are separate factions. The Predacons are more reptilian, so think of like dinosaurs in Beast Wars Megatron. But the Terrorcons, we didn't get a description, but they said that they're the natural enemy of the Maximals. So that's very interesting. Not sure how that's gonna work out, but yeah. Okay, this story continues the 2018 Bumblebee movie set in 1994. So I was right again, Bumblebee sequel. This is the reboot. The reboot is here. This is not gonna connect to the Beast machines. I mean, the Bay movies. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. There's a lot to process here. But as always, the story is tied to human civilization. This time we have Incas. Their tradition and way of life is explored through Cybertronian eyes. Speaking of which, Maximals and Predacons will be prominently featured in the movie. Also, we will see Terrorcons. Predacons and Terrorcons are not allies. Terrorcons are the main baddies. Predacons are reptilian in nature and they are enemies of the Maximals. Yeah, that's what I said. Meanwhile, Terrorcons are a threat to them all, but more in opposition to the Autobots. So yeah, the Terrorcons, like, they're not gonna get along with, I guess, the Decepticons and, you know, the Predacons, but they hate the Autobots more. That's in keeping with G1, I guess. The Terrorcons being the main baddies of the film is weird. It almost seems like this is Fortnite Battle Royale, you know? We got Autobots, Decepticons, Maximals, Predacons, Terrorcons. It almost seems like a free-for-all. Optimus Prime is the lead character, and his alt mode is an upgraded version of the G1 look from the B movie. So that truck that we saw a couple of days ago, that's it. Think B movie Earth mode, with a grey torso, grey windshield flaps, and grey upper shoulder parts that lead into the smokestack. Oh, that's pretty cool. So fairly G1-ish. Peter Cullen will once again resume his voice acting duties. This will show how Optimus becomes the leader he was in Bay movies. Why does he have connection to Earth and humans? I don't think they're referring to that this is gonna connect to the Bay movies 2007. I'm guessing that they're referring to the fact that this Optimus is gonna be like the Netflix Optimus. You know, maybe kind of a bit at first, a coward, a guy who's like, "Stop me, you forgive me!" But then he's gonna go into the badass that we know him to be. I mean, that was pretty cool. I hope they don't go full Netflix on him. Bumblebee's a classic Camaro with off-road extensions. Second gen 70s Camaro, race, C/28 badging. External framing, chunky wheels, light bar on top, a la Ratchet. Oh, that's pretty cool. So this Bumblebee's gonna look a bit more like he did in the end of the B movie and 2007. So I think that look works for Bumblebee quite well. I mean, I would prefer a muscle car personally, but that's fine. Now, another big reveal, and this is gonna please a lot of you guys. Mirage makes his return since Dark of the Moon. Mirage is gonna be a silver and blue Porsche 911. His characterization is similar to Age of Extinction Crosshairs, anti-authority, can transform into multiple types of vehicles, RE multi-vehicles. Not sure if they were talking his history in brand or actually in his movie. Okay, we know his vehicle mode. It's not the G1 vehicle mode, but the way they're talking about it here is that he's gonna be able to transform into other vehicles. Okay, not sure if he's gonna be a triple changer or a quadruple changer, or if he's gonna pull a hard rod and be different vehicles throughout the movie. But yeah, that's what we got right now. Arcee's robot mode is close to G1 and is Ducati 916 motorcycle, red with rose pink and white highlights. I like that look. Classic head, Ducati bike, racing number on leg. So Terrorcons basically was more descriptive with this. This is basically Transformers Prime Arcee. Yes, Transformers Prime Arcee is appearing in this movie and she's gonna have a G1 head. I'm okay with that. I'm really happy to see that Arcee has her legs back. Now, and Nightbird is also in the movie. She is included as a Nissan GTR. She's also a Terrorcon. Okay, Terrorcons didn't tell me that. That's weird. Purplish gray in color. She's a modernized version of the G1 character of the same name. Face mask with robo-looking hood. Switch sides, allegiances are flexible. Okay, Terrorcons also mentioned this. They mentioned that Nightbird was gonna be like sort of a spy, a character that kind of, you know, joins and changes sides. So I'm guessing she's gonna be the Black Arachne of this film. But I'm really happy that Nightbird is gonna be on this film. Shatter was the closest thing we had to Nightbird, but now we're actually gonna get Nightbird in this film. That's great. Now another big reveal is Scourge. The Scourge is the leader of the Terrorcons and is a trophy hunter, like Lockdown from Age of Extinction. When he kills, he rips the faction insignias and tattoos them into his body. He has 4 smokestacks on back, all smoking, claw hand with electricity, black/grey tone with orange pops. It's not Black Convoy looking, but probably a truck due to smokestacks and art. From what I'm getting here, the Terrorcons are not the actual G1 Terrorcons. The Terrorcons in this film, the group, they're a group in name only, but they seem more like bounty hunters. Like, Scourge here sounds like a truck. He transforms into a truck. He has freaking smokestacks on his back. And Nightbird transforms into a car. So these Terrorcons are actually bounty hunters, if not just, you know, poachers in a way, hunting both Predacons and Maximals. Next up we got Air Racer. Air Racer is a robotic bird. Rusty bird mode, steampunk-esque. Silhouette is very real world bird. but plated slash layer. Looks old, been here a bit, blue glowing eyes. This kind of reminds me of that last Loven concept art that he made for Optimus Primal. Like, it was kind of a bit techno-organic, so it looks like that they're going with that. Okay, next up we got Rhinox. Well, needs no introduction. Also very Rhinox shaped, plated, also steampunk and rusty, Ironhide like, wants to use his horn, again looks old, like old metal, been here a bit. So they're making it sound like these guys have been on Earth for a while, instead of like coming from the future or whatever. Fans have seen Optimus Primal before, remember the TLK CGI concept art? Yep, but with much more fur. He's the leader of the Maximals and is very protective of those who are under his protection. You don't mess with Primal. Rusty on the frame, looks like random patches of skin and fur layer on top, like he's been through some stuff. He's leader of Maximals, equal in stature to Prime. And then we just got like the human characters, so I'll just read them very quickly because I know a lot of you guys don't really care. Dominique Fishback plays Elena. Researcher of artifacts, works at museum, boss keeps stealing her thunder. Anthony Ramos plays Noah, father figure to brother, ex-military, trying to find his way, good with electronics, trying to get by. He was a Beast Wars guy, name dropped characters. Okay, I don't know what he means by that. Both from Brooklyn, happy to mix the TF with the real life neighborhood. Ramos got his license for this movie. Okay, yeah, there's just some extra human stuff. They couldn't like confirm if we're gonna get the Beast Wars voice actors. We know that Predacons returning, so I really hope that we get the classic voices for, you know, BW Megatron and Optimus Primal. If I don't hear Megatron say yes, or Optimus Primal saying that's just Prime, then I'm gonna be pissed. Okay, there's a lot more characters that we haven't seen yet. All the Maximals are hard to bring to screen. Yeah, I bet. Just by those descriptions, I'm like, Jesus, they're like going full blown with this movie. Rhinox wants to smash, but also brain of operate. Oh, okay. I was about to say. Okay, I hope that's not the smashing I'm thinking of. But also brain of operation. So it's a connection to original tune. Good. Had to actually try to disguise themselves. Shooting in Peru for 6 weeks. This is a spectacle story, big action movie with deeper character story style from B-movie, combining the two. Key was, it's not a small budget film, this is summer blockbuster level stuff. That's about it. And we like to thank Paramount, the movie team, and Hazard for inviting us to the virtual event. Okay, that's just from the guy who wrote the article. And yeah, guys, that's all we know about this movie so far. Now, what's interesting here is that we're gonna get Autobots, Decepticons, Maximals, Predacons, and Terrorcons. I'm gonna do a video going more in depth with these characters, maybe, I don't know. So far, we have 5 Autobots. Now, I was right, I called Optimus Prime, I called B, I mean, those were the obvious choices, but I also called Arcee, and I was right about that. Mirage being in this movie makes sense. I didn't predict Mirage. At least I don't think I did. Maybe I did. I need to look back at that video. But I hope we still get Ironhide and Ratchet here, because Lorenzo did name drop Ironhide in like the whole interview thing. He said that Ironhide was his favorite character besides Bumblebee. So there's a chance that he could still come back. As for the Decepticons, well, we didn't get any Decepticon reveal. We just got Terrorcons, being Nightbird and Scourge, which so far they seem to be more beast hunters than anything else, really. They don't seem to be, you know, Autobots or Decepticons. It doesn't even seem that they transform into beasts. They also mentioned that Terrorcons are gonna be in opposition with the Autobots. Now, keep in mind, we have a clear picture. Maximals hate Predacons. Predacons and Terrorcons are not allies. Terrorcons hunt Maximals and Terrorcons hate Autobots. But we have no mention for the Decepticons here. Keep that in mind, that's very interesting. They're really keeping the Decepticons from us at the moment. And as for our Beast Wars cast, we got Optimus Primal, Rhinox, Air Racer, and Cheetor. I'm pretty sure Cheetor's gonna be in this movie because the director, Stephen Caple Jr., I'm still trying to memorize his name, said that when he watched Beast Wars, his favorite characters were Rhinox, Primal, and Cheetor, so I'm guessing Cheetor's gonna be in this movie too. So far we have Autobots and Terrorcons confirmed, but we have nothing for Predacons and Decepticons, so they're really saving them up And this is very interesting, the whole information we've been getting. Like, so much stuff just got dropped so quickly. A couple of days ago, we were talking about the leaked vehicle for Optimus Prime, and now we have names, we have descriptions, we have vehicle modes, we have factions. It's a lot, honestly. It's honestly quite a lot. In total, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 characters revealed so far. I called Optimus Prime, I called Cheeto, I called Arcee, Nightbird, Scourge, Mirage, Air Racer, and Rhinox kind of blindsided me. I wasn't expecting to get a whole Beast Wars cast, but well, that's really cool. I'm still a bit concerned with the way the characters will look, especially the Beast Wars characters. Like, I'm not against a techno-organic look. I know people are gonna be very upset that they're not full-on organic like they were in G1, I mean Beast Wars, but I have to wait and see before casting final judgment. The Optimus Primal concept art for the last night looked very good in my opinion, so if it's just like that but with more fur, like to simulate organic animals, I'm completely okay with it. But yeah guys, that's it for this video. This is all the reveals that we have so far. Tons of stuff to speculate over, to talk about. Things are just ramping up. Filming has basically just started. Well, it's about to start soon, or if it hasn't started already. So expect to get more leaks as the weeks go by, as the months go by, and a trailer will come more likely than not by the end of the year. When that happens, we will definitely get a chance to see all of these characters in action. And also, I'm very happy that Optimus Prime is the protagonist, not the humans. Optimus Prime is our protagonist, so that's great. If we can get Transformers Prime, Arcee's voice actors to appear, and Beast Wars Megatron and Optimus Primal's voice actors to come back, that would be great. And please, no Netflix Optimus Prime. Anyways, let me know in the comments down below, what are you more excited about, what are you hype about, which characters do you hope to see in the film, how do you think they're gonna look like, and what are your thoughts on like the title of this movie and the fact that we're getting Beast Wars so early on. So yeah, let me know all about it in the comments down below. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, guys. Anyways guys, before we go, shout out to our amazing Patreons: True Blue 712, Stitch Productions, Stephanie Bowler, Christopher Prime, Predacons Hunter Plays, Mario Gordon, Allspark Studios, Scrub Lordo, and to our even bigger Big Boss patron Jordan the Great, who donated $100. And to our other even bigger boss Patreon, X23, who donated a amount of money. I leave you guys to wonder how much he did. Anyways, thank you guys for your donation, it's much appreciated. I need the money to be able to feed Squeaker, because Squeaker is a useless platypus who doesn't do much all day. So it falls to me and you. I tip my fedora in gratitude and toast in your honor. If you guys want to donate to my Patreon, links in the description down below. Some of these guys also do some YouTube content, so if you guys want to check them out, that will be much appreciated. Some of them do Transformer stuff, some of them do non-TF content if you're into that. But be sure to check them out, because you're guaranteed to find at least something cool that's to your liking in one of their channels. I even collab with some of them, Scrubler. But keep in mind that donating is optional, because freedom is the right of all sentient beings. By donating to my Patreon, you get quite a few rewards. You get to see some of my videos early, some of my more longer animated projects, you'll get to see some early sketches and even suggest some things if you want them to. You get to collab with me in some of my videos if you so choose, you just have to let me know. And you can request videos and suggest some video ideas. So yeah, it's a pretty good deal, but just remember, we don't force anyone. So yeah, thanks a lot guys.